Hello YouTube, Xisuma here with another episode of Xisuma's World. So by the title of this video I'm pretty sure you know what I'm going to get up to, but in the last video I went caving and I have a little bit of a story to tell. So I was putting a bucket down over a lava lake, and as the water was turning the lava to obsidian I got shot by a skeleton towards the lava. So I turned around and there were 3 skeletons and 2 creepers, and one of the skeletons shot the creeper, it blew up, and then I started fighting them. I got hit again with the skeleton and got knocked back even closer to the lava, at which point out of nowhere these 2 cave spiders come at me. It turns out there was a spawner nearby, and then I was struggling to deal with them, and then I accidentally hit an enderman, and then another skeleton came from somewhere else. So yeah, I had a close call with death, and it was crazy. But yeah, enough about that. I've been caving. I've got tons of lapis and redstone and 13 diamonds, lots of iron ore and some gold. And as you can see, the lapis takes up quite a lot of inventory space, but I really do like getting lapis because I like to build with those blocks. So anyway, you know what this episode's about. We're going to be hunting for mushrooms, and the way I'm going to do this is use a program. And some of you may consider it cheating, but I think I'm fine with it personally myself. I think it's going to be a little adventure. I'm going to have a map to follow, and we're going to go out there and find some mushrooms. And just before we do that, a thought popped into my head. The lapis is taking up lots of inventory space, and I could have actually made a craft bench while I was out there. And yeah, do that, save a lot of inventory space. So anyway, let's get back to the mushrooms. So this is a map generated by a program called AMIDST, and you can find a link to the Minecraft forum thread in the video description. So right now our base is this black circle down at the bottom, and the mushroom biome is all the way at the top where this red circle is. So this is the journey we're going to take, and this is probably the same journey I'm going to take back as well. So we're going to follow rivers between biomes because that makes things kind of easy to tell where you are. And the different colours represent the different biomes. So the yellow are the desert biomes and the brown ones are the hills. I think the sort of greyish green is swamp biome, the light is flatlands, and the dark green is the forest biome. So we start at the bottom, we make our way up through the forest biome to the river that borders with the swamp one, which we visited in a previous episode. Then when we get to the extreme hills, we make our way around the side into the sand biome. We go up through there into a foresty bit, and this bit here I've put a question mark because these hills could be difficult to pass through on the way back with mushrooms. So at that point I might divert around, or I might use that river to get around it, or maybe it won't be so bad and we'll be able to find a route over there. Then when we're over the hills we go between the swamp biome and the flatland biome all the way up to the ice biome, which we follow around till we get to the sea, and then follow that to the top of the flatland biome, and then we make a little journey across the sea to an NPC village, and the other side of that is a mushroom biome. So I've got everything I need. I almost forgot my silk touch pick, which would have been a bit of a disaster because I want to get some of that, I'm not going to try and pronounce it, but the equivalent of grass in a mushroom biome. So I've got some potions of swiftness as well, that's to get there. I've got a stack of wheat, although I only need one, I can't help but think I'll accidentally lose some or something will go wrong. So I brought a whole stack, as well as some gravity blocks, some wood, lots of food, torches, coal, cobblestone. So I've got everything I need, a bed for hidey holes, bucket of water. Yeah, I'm all well equipped. Just need to get a better sword because that one's about to run out, and then I'm ready to go. Okay, so I've reached the extreme hills biome, which I marked with a question mark on the map, and yeah, this is where I have to bring my mushrooms through, and as you can see it's pretty hectic, and I don't think this is actually the best choice, because as I've been looking at the map I've been noticing that the ice biome on the other side of the ocean we just had a look at would actually be probably quite suitable, and I might change my mind and bring the mushrooms back that way. However, by the looks of it, if I were to bring them round, I would bring them over here and then just around the edge next to the ocean. Anyway, I'll make up my mind later on when we've reached the mushroom biome. Okay, so the sun is setting and we've reached the ice biome, and I think it's a good time to make a hidey hole and survive the night, and we've made most of the journey in one day, so I'll definitely get there tomorrow. However, the journey back's going to take a lot longer because I'm going to have to lure the mushroom everywhere around with me. And on the way here I just noticed like there's quite a few ravines that come up to the surface, and that's something I'm going to have to look out for. So I was thinking I might craft some fence gates and fence posts and make little pens on the way back, so I can put the mushrooms in there and then check the surrounding area, which seemed like a pretty good idea. So anyway, I'll set up my hidey hole and then we'll get back on the journey. So here we are. This is the island where the mushroom biome should be, and that is a good site because there is an NPC village just before the mushroom biome. Interesting little village. Looks like part of it's in the... oh no, this is floating. Interesting. Anyway, let's go over there and try and find that mushroom biome. So I've been looking at the map as I've been making my way across it, and I think the best way to come back is definitely the snow biome, because the terrain shouldn't be too bad, there shouldn't be lots of trees to get in the way, and it should make things generally smoother. So I think the mushroom biome should be just around this corner. And what is that? That's a tiny bit of it. Where's the rest? Okay, that is not good. I think perhaps it's over there. This doesn't seem right at all. Surely couldn't just be that, and something's gone wrong. Okay, we've got more land over there. That looks good. That looks like it. Oh, that's definitely it. Brilliant. That had me a little bit worried there. We had a tiny bit of mushroom biome over here, and I thought that the programmer perhaps made a mistake, but no, here it is. So now we've got to find some mushrooms and bring them back. So we're here, but there seems to be a bit of a problem. I don't see any mushrooms, which is just not on really. come all this way and I can't see any here. And also the island looks a lot bigger on my map, which is a bit interesting as well. So yeah, absolutely no mushrooms, and this island is so much smaller. It's quite disappointing really. I guess we're going to have to find a different place to go to. So I found another location to go to, and I also done a little test to see if this mycelium, I think is how it's pronounced, spread. And also this second journey I can leave my silk touch pick here now, since there's going to be no need to use it. I don't have to risk it. And I planted down 4 blocks, and yep, it spreads, which is great. So now we have a new building block, although it's not really that nice. So anyway, let's have a look at the map. So here is our map, and on the right circled in black we have our base, and on the left we have the mushroom biome circled in red. And this is the journey that I want to take. So I want to make my way over near to Atlantis in the desert biome, and then take a boat across the ocean, then make my way between the biomes all the way to this big sand biome, and there we'll follow the river up through till it reaches the ocean, and then we'll take a boat across to the first island and then a boat to the second, which is the mushroom. And the reason I didn't want to go this way the first time, even though it's technically closer, is because it seemed like at least there was more ocean to come back across. However, the final ocean, the one near my base, I may actually just take the long trip around, but I haven't made up my mind yet anyway. So this time I'm just going to head there, and I'll keep the camera rolling. If anything interesting happens, we'll have a look at that, but otherwise I'll meet you at the mushroom biome. Okay, so just round the corner here should be the mushroom biome, and I decided to go across the ocean since it was night, and now I'm going to have to sit out in a boat because it's going to be dangerous on the island. And there it is. And I've got this horrible feeling like there's going to be no mushrooms there again. Although, no, that's a spider. I can see a red one, a red mushroom, which we didn't have before. And once again, this looked a lot bigger, and there we go, mushrooms. So there they are. And I'm going to sit it out on this boat and wait for the sun to rise. But as I was trying to say, the mushroom biome looked a lot bigger on the map, and I think perhaps most of it is underwater or something like that, how the biomes are calculated, because that is very small. So I'm going to wait for the sun to rise, and then I'm going to get my wheat and start luring these back, and it's going to be quite painful because I'm going to have to go across the ocean all the way back, because there's going to be lots of mobs on the island, and yeah, I should have thought about that really. I might go across the island. I'll have a think about it. So I've made it back to the mainland, and I've got 8 mushrooms with me, and I need to find that river, which I think maybe starts over there, and I'm going to follow the river and slightly revise my path back. But what I'm going to do now is sort of clear the way, get rid of the cactus, just make everything easy for me, and I'm going to make another little pen to hold them somewhere over there. And then when the sun rises in the morning, I'm going to go straight out and try and get them to the next pen. We'll call it a checkpoint. And I think that's the safest way of doing this, and it's a lot easier than I thought it would be actually. It was a bit painful just to swim across an ocean for ages with these guys bumping into me, but yeah, it's going quite well. So here's my revised path, and as you can see I made my way across the ocean, which turned out to be a good idea because the island was covered in mobs. So now that we're at the desert biome, we're going to try and follow that river down to the bottom, and that's where we meet these big dark green patches, and they are forest biomes, and we do not want to go into those because I'm pretty sure mushrooms are going to get trapped behind trees and all sorts of trouble. So we'll try and make our way between these biomes and go through the flatlands, desert and swamp until we get to the ocean, where it should be a nice easy journey across to Atlantis. Okay, so we're at the next place, and I don't want to let go of my wheat, so they're going to be crowding around me at the moment. But yeah, some sheep decided to join us, and at the moment we've come a little bit further down and we're at the next sand biome, and I need to make my way across the desert now. And I decided to revise the journey to use the rivers, because the rivers are actually very useful to get through. So yep, I've got to make my way through this desert now and be very careful that none of them walk into cactuses. So here is my revised journey, and if you remember, I was talking about the dark green patches being forests. They're one type of forest biome, I forget the name, and this other green between them is actually a forest biome as well, so it's a good thing that river was there. And we're going to follow the river now when we go across the sand biome, and when we get to the end of that river where we need to make our way across, that pale green I do believe is the flatlands, so that should be a good safe journey across to the ocean. So I think it's going to be pretty smooth sailing once we get across this desert biome, as I've had no trouble so far getting them across the rivers. Okay, so now I've made it to the ocean and I got all my mushrooms with me. Now I did have a bit of trouble. If you remember, I had a sheep running around with us, and a wolf came and attacked it, and I couldn't tell if it was going to attack the mushrooms or not, so I killed it, and I was really worried because I actually saw a couple other wolves around there as well, and I'm pretty sure they hang around in packs, and if you attack one they'll come after you, but it turned out to be alright. And we lost a mushroom. I'm just trying to do a head count. I think we've still got 7. Yeah, we've got 7. So I did have 8 and I lost one somewhere along the way. I didn't really quite figure out where, and I've got a pig with me, and I think I might just try and get these fellas to join me as well. And the sun should be going down. Yeah, you can see it's making its way down, so I'm going to be swimming across the ocean in the night, so no mobs will be bothering me. And then when I get to the desert, apart from creepers, because I think they'll survive the night, they don't die because of sunlight. It might be a good idea to stay here actually. So I've decided to swim across the ocean at night, and the reason why is because if I wait until day to swim across, by the time I get to the other side it might actually be night, and I'm pretty sure it'll be near night time. So I figured if I swim across at night I can approach the land when it's daytime, and then it'll be a really safe journey to Atlantis. So the journey's almost over, let's just hope everything goes smoothly. So I have some good news. I've got back and I've got enough time, and Atlantis is just over here, and had no trouble whatsoever getting them over here. A little bit of trouble getting them into the pen, and I realised that I have to clear the path, get everything ready, and then what I need to do is make a proper way for them to come down. So what I was thinking of doing was using a load of fence posts and making a platform that goes all the way down, and then I'm probably going to hold them. I was going to hold them in the corner here, but I think I'll hold them all down there, and I'm probably going to breed a lot of them as well and get that going, and then we'll have tons of them ready for the breeding machines later on. So yeah, I'll just start preparing all of that and hopefully it'll all go smoothly. So I've got everything ready, and I've just realised I've left this in over here, and I need to remove this actually. I was thinking of putting a fence gate at the top so they couldn't get out, but then if they climb up here a couple of blocks they're probably going to fall off and take some fall damage. So I'll get rid of that completely and just put in a door with a pathway up to the top the other side. And yep, all of this is done, so now all I've got to do is bring them down here. So there we go, we've finally got the Mooshrooms back to Atlantis, and it was surprisingly easier than I thought it would be. It does take a lot of time and patience, but it was well worth it. And before I clean up all of this, I'm just going to go get another pig, so we've got at least 2 of each animal down here for breeding. So I've cleared the path, and I actually found 3 pigs, so we've got 2 little piglets now. And I made this pathway down to the bottom here as well, and I put this door here. So yeah, one of the things I've noticed is that the little babies actually hang around with their parents, which is pretty cool. I quite like that. So yeah, anyway, this is pretty much it. We've got the Mooshrooms back. I just wanted to say before I go that that program again is very helpful, and there's a link to it in the description box. And also my main bit of advice would be to take the Mooshrooms down rivers. That made it very easy for me. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.